Can any last-minute rethinks or any last-minute changes?
No. We'll be as is selected, and unless we get up there and something was to go wrong, we'll go with the side that we pick.
And how many will you travel with?
We'll take one extra. Joey Adelaide will travel as the emergency, just for insurance, but we don't expect he'll play.
So when you came to picking the 22 and with what you had in the pre-season, what were you thinking?
I'll reward those who have played as well as we possibly could, and obviously with Broadbent being available to that made it a bit easy for us to be able to bring in an experienced defender, but outside that we picked the players who are in pretty good form.
So how do you deal with Broadbent when he hasn't had a pre-season? How can you be sure he can get through the full game?
Back his experience. I mean, he's had a long time between when he hurt himself and now. He's had plenty of training, so that's not the issue. It's probably just the fatigue of the game that'll probably maybe get him, and 140 odd games of experience, that helps.
The lineup, we all know that there's games played when you name your 22, but Hartlett on the bench, is that a message to him, or are you trying to send out some other sort of thought?
I shouldn't say this, should I? But I actually don't put that team in, so I don't know where you put them. So no message to Hammer.
Ken, aside from 4 points, what do you want to come home with out of this game?
Yeah, that'll be enough.
What do you want to see from that?
Look, we've built a lot through the pre-season. Obviously, we've been doing some work on a number of things, so there's plenty that we're looking for individually, collectively, and more importantly, just to see that the system that we've worked together comes together on game day probably under the most pressure you can get under in Sydney, against a great side.
There's a standout note about Port Adelaide-Sydney games that the Swans always outpace Port Adelaide at clearances and at contests and stoppages. How have you dealt with that one?
Oh no, I think it's probably more about Sydney. Sydney's probably done that to most sides over the journey, and we go up there with some confidence that our bigger bodies are able to match their big bodies. Obviously we bring Ryder back into the side that will help us get a little bit of an understanding where the ball's going a bit better, and we look forward to the challenge. We understand the quality of the team we're going to play against.
How's Ryder feeling ahead of his first game back?
Yeah, pretty excited, as you expect. He's we've got 3 debutants and Paddy here, so it's pretty exciting from a team point of view, but I'm sure Paddy will be, you'll see at the start how excited he is, I hope, with the way he jumps at the footy.
For all the work you've done in the pre-season, and you talked about game style and all that, you throw out a large part of that if it's absolutely soaking wet like it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it does challenge you a little bit, I must admit. But there's still stuff in your structure that you want to work to see, and whether the ball's flying around as quick as it could possibly is probably going to restrict some part of it. But a big part of what we've done has been around contests, so hopefully that will come out in and what a great opportunity to test it.
With the wet conditions, is there a chance that Joe Adelaide might come in there as a tactical sort of one of the big guys?
No, we don't think so. We don't think that's really the case. There's someone who would probably have to be sick or hurt themselves in between now and game time for us to change.
Your best place now, Kenny. I know it's round 1 of your season stuff. Is this his best place you've been for a while? You're Ryder, everyone's fit, everyone's back. It's sort of a clean slate.
Yeah, I think everyone gets to the start of the season where you are in pretty good shape, but for us, there's a little bit of an extra. Paddy and Gus both being available is certainly something we haven't had for the last year. And when we are healthy, there's no doubt about that. We only had 2 players unavailable, and that's a really good spot to be in. But every side probably gets close to that this time of the year. We can't ask for more.
Do you look at the wider competition and say, okay, we've just got ourselves right, but for the first time in a long time, 5 years or whatever it is, that everybody's on an even keel?
Yeah, well, it's certainly a nice way to be, isn't it? When you've had compromised draft, you've had the Essendon saga going on for a long period of time. It'd be nice for this football season to start with just football to be played.
When you say this, you couldn't have asked for more, is that basically no excuses sort of for it in from you?
Oh yeah, we're never going to offer excuses for not being able to play our best any time. But at the start of the season, it's when you're at your fittest, it's when you're at your freshest, and you should be full of excitement, and we are.
Coming up losing the grand final, you must be expecting Sydney to come out really motivated at this point.
Yeah, I don't expect Sydney to come out any different than what they come out every week. They're a great side, we're well coached, and they just play the way that you love every team to play, and they're just honest every week.
Ken, there's always the question about how Port Adelaide players handle expectation. When it's at its highest, they don't deliver. So now that no one really rates Port Adelaide, is it a free hit for them?
Yeah, no, we rate Port Adelaide. As a football club, we certainly rate ourselves, and we give ourselves the greatest opportunity to have a successful season. We expect that of ourselves, so I'm not worried about, and I never have been worried about what other people expect or don't expect.
But it seems your players have that they've been worn down by external expectations. So does it free them up?
No, I hope not. I hope they can just be the footballers that they're supposed to be, whether there is or isn't external expectation. As I said, Rooch, most of the expectation we place is by ourselves. And we put that on every week, and that's the last couple of years or this week. We'll do the same thing. We expect to win. So
what have you done then to be able to handle that better, even your internal demand of always delivering? It hasn't always worked for.
No, it hasn't. But we've also, again, we've sharpened up our program big time in the summer with lots of things, and I'm not going to go into detail of what all those things are. But hopefully some of those things will come out and and it'll allow the players to play with the freedom that they need to, but also the expectation that we expect of them.
Can you look at the win losses? I think it's been almost 11 years since we've won at the SCG. Do you think too much about that, or obviously different team this year?
It's a great year to break it. And hopefully it's this year in 2017 we start one up.
How does your defence handle the start of a new year, particularly when we saw last year that maybe they played too high and they let too much behind? Have you rejigged all that for this year, particularly with the new personnel?
I think we've done certainly a fair bit of work after we go back. It was probably a couple of rounds at the start of last year where we got in a little bit of trouble, but I think we've done a great job through even last year to fix some of that stuff, and I think Bass and the boys have got that under control. It's a big challenge, so we're going up for a big challenge this week, and we look forward to it.
Does Hobbs get the job on Buddy tomorrow?
No.
No?
At some stage you might, but not at all the time.
So maybe a bit of a rotation.
Yeah, that's what you do now. You play team defence. That's pretty typical, and it's easy to go say, "Oh, will Hobbs play on him? Will Cleary play on him? Will Jonas play on him?" The simple answer is they'll all have some part of him at some stage. We just hope Buddy has a bad day.
And much of that.
Team from that game around 20 last year. Don't take any scars out of that game.
No, well, you don't take any out for the start of any season. You actually go in full of confidence, as I said, and you look for the opportunity. There's not a player in our team that's not decided by the opportunity of round one, and that's a great way to go into any match. And for us, it's we're going to Sydney with everything we've got, and Sydney, they're going to have to play at their best to beat us.